Bonjour, bonjour. We are going to look at the present tense of prendre and comprendre and apprendre à, plus indirect object pronouns. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoos are our pronouns because pronouns replace nouns, just like cuckoos take other birds' eggs out and put their own in the nest. First of all, subject pronouns. Subjects are the action takers. The subject pronouns are, in French, je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il and elle. Direct object pronouns. Objects have the action of the verb done to them. So subjects do the verb, objects have the action of the verb done to them. You don't say, do you see I? You say, do you see me? Me is being seen. It's having the action done to it. Okay, so we have me, te, le. Le can mean him or it, because in French everything has a gender. So if your object is masculine, you use le for it. La, same again for her, or if your object is feminine, it will be la for it. Nous and vous never change. For all the pronouns, nous and vous stay the same, which is nice. And then them is les. You've got le, la, les. Him, her, them. The reflexive pronouns, myself, yourself, himself, herself, etc. Me, te, ce, nous, vous, ce. Direct object pronouns and reflexive pronouns go before the relevant verb. Now we've got this object of a preposition pronouns. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? So they tend to be at the end of a sentence, after a preposition. What is a preposition? A preposition shows the relationship of two nouns. Okay? It shows the position, for example. Preposition. So we've got à côté de, next to. So you say à côté de lui. Not à côté de il, not à côté de le, à côté de lui. Okay? Devant, in front of, devant elle. Entre, between, entre nous, between us. Derrière, it's behind you, c'est derrière vous. Avec, avec eux, with them, for all male or a mixed group. Avec elle, if you're them, are all feminine. Okay? Ah, belonging to. C'est à elle, it's there, it belongs to them. C'est à moi. It's your turn. C'est à toi. Okay? These pronouns, moi, toi, they rhyme. Moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, which never change. Eux and elle come after c'est, it is. It's me, c'est moi. And after the word and, et. So to say and you say et toi. Comment ça va? Très bien. Et toi? Not et te, not et tu, which a lot of people say. It's et toi. These are also called emphatic pronouns because they add stress, as in they add more emphasis. The French love to use these pronouns in that way. For example, they don't often just say je, they tend to say moi je. Or you can add them on at the end for more emphasis. Tu aimes les moules frites, toi? Also with aussi. Me too, moi aussi. You too, toi aussi. Them too, eux aussi. The first verb of today, to take. Prendre. We get prize, as in to prize something out of somebody's hand from here. Prendre. Prendre is used also in French for consuming food and drink. Like in Scotland, take a drink. Je prends un vin blanc. We often say I'm having. We used to have a lot, but the French used to take. Prendre. Je prends un vin blanc. The past participle of prendre, so to have taken, took or did take, is one of our irregular ones. It's the sneaky, snaky S group. So sneaky you can't even hear the S. It's avoir pris, P-R-I-S. I took the mussels and chips. Because this is a common dish, they just say mussels chips. J'ai pris les moules frites. So in the present tense, I take, I am taking, I do take. Je prends. a good tip is just to chop the ending off the infinitive. Je prends. You take, you are taking, you do take, using tu. Tu prends. Sounds the same, spelt the same. He, she, one takes, is taking or does take. It sounds the same, but there's no S. Il, elle, on prend. What are you having? The French would say, what are you taking? Using tu. Qu'est-ce que tu prends? Or if you use the inversion, you have to now use que. Que prends-tu? Sounds a bit more formal, that. And finally, the really informal one you would use with your mates or people you know very, very well and very comfortable with. Tu prends quoi? Okay, it's not altogether polite. So you need to know the people well or be very comfortable. Tu prends quoi? Here we have our quoi, informal duck. Quoi, quoi, quoi. You do find quoi in some expressions where it's not flippant. For example, a little bit of je ne sais quoi. I'm taking a coffee. Je prends un café. The French would probably say moi je prends un café. Very, very, very common to say moi je. And you, using tu, what are you having? What comes after and? Et toi? Et toi, qu'est-ce que tu prends? I'm having a coffee as well. Moi, you don't have to say it, but lots of people do in spoken French. Moi, je prends un café aussi. And Julien, what is he having? Et Julien, qu'est-ce qu'il prend? You could put a lui at the end. Et Julien, qu'est-ce qu'il prend, lui? Very common. He's having a coffee too, I think. Lui, il prend un café aussi, je crois. You don't have to have the lui at the beginning. I think is je pense, but the French say a lot more je crois. Using tu. How do you take your coffee? You, Monique. How? How is your name? Comment? This is our how, Red Indian. Comment tu prends ton café, toi, Monique? Sugar. Many people know how to say sugar in French. Sucre, masculine. Le sucre, du sucre. I take it black with 2 sugars. So, you're talking about coffee, so your it is masculine. So you say, I take him. And it goes before the verb. Moi, je le prends noir avec 2 sucres. Often the le is very faint. Je le prends. Moi, je le prends. Moi, je le prends noir. Okay, so sometimes you'll have to pick it out when it's spoken at speed. And you, Paul, using the informal you, how do you take your coffee? Et toi, Paul, comment tu prends ton café? I take it with a little milk without sugar. Moi, je le prends avec un peu de lait, sans sucre. Sans is another preposition, so you can see it's showing the relationship between 2 nouns, the lait and the sucre. Preposition, relationship between 2 nouns. Me too. Moi aussi. This is our Aussie. Okay, aussi, Aussie. You get it? Okay, the default coffee. If you ask for a coffee in France, the default coffee is a little black coffee. D'accord? If you like it even stronger, you ask for un café serré. Serré means squeezed or tight. It's also, if you use it as a verb, serrer is the word used for shaking hands. You squeeze the hand in French. Serrer la main. Il m'a serré la main. He squeezed my hand. He shook my hand. I take it black and very strong, as in very tight, very squeezed, squeezing the coffee beans with 1 sugar. Moi, je le prends noir et très serré avec un sucre. I'm taking this car. Je prends cette voiture. You can say, moi, je prends cette voiture. I'm taking it today. Car is feminine. It is going to be her. I'm taking her today. Je la prends aujourd'hui. Je la prends aujourd'hui. He's taking Monique's hand. Il prend la main de Monique. He's taking her by the hand. Il la prend par la main. She's taking him into her arms. Elle le prend dans ses bras. Using on, we're taking them. On les prend. When he takes me in his arms, quand il me prend dans les bras, or dans ses bras, you can use either. Often they just use the with body parts. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas. Je vois la vie en rose. A very famous song sung by Edith Piaf. It's also the name of her biography, a film, DVD. La vie en rose. La vie en rose. It's when you see life in pink. We say life through rose-tinted glasses. Okay? When he takes me in his arms, he whispers sweet nothings to me. They say he speaks to me very low, down low. Bas is low. I see the world through rose-tinted glasses. I will include the lyrics for you and a link to listen to the song and the translation into English. Songs are a great way to learn a language. I might have mentioned that before. We take nous prenons. If your E doesn't have an accent on it and it's at the end of a syllable, it's E. Prenons. Nous prenons. Not prénom, nous prenons. It's a common mistake. It doesn't really matter. We are taking our time. Nous prenons notre temps. You cannot hear the M, you cannot hear the P, you cannot hear the S. Temps, temps, temps. Nous prenons notre temps. To take seriously is prendre au sérieux. Using nous, we don't take her seriously. Nous ne la prenons pas au sérieux. In spoken French, the ne is often dropped. Nous la prenons pas au sérieux. Using nous again, we don't take him seriously. Nous le prenons pas au sérieux. Nous ne le prenons pas au sérieux. You can drop the ne in spoken French. Again, nous, we don't take them seriously. Nous les prenons pas au sérieux, or pas au sérieux. You can join the S to the A of O, you don't have to. S between two vowels is always a Z sound. Pas au sérieux. Using vous. You take, you are taking, you do take, vous prenez. The E is at the end of a syllable, there's no accent on it, it's an E sound. Vous prenez. It's also the letter E in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. Using vous. Are you taking your time or what? Vous prenez votre temps ou quoi? Quoi? Remember the word temps, time, is pronounced temps. You cannot hear the M, you cannot hear the P, you cannot hear the S. When are you taking a holiday? It's plural in French, remember holiday? Using vous. You are taking a holiday when? So So most commonly, you just use the statement with a questioning voice and your eyebrows up when you ask a question. Vous prenez des vacances quand? Quand comes at the end. If you use est-ce que, quand goes back to the beginning. Quand est-ce que vous prenez des vacances? When are you taking some holidays? When is it that you are taking some holidays? Est-ce que, it's used a lot as well. Quand prenez-vous des vacances? So with the inversion, the prenez-vous sounds a bit more formal. Okay? Quand prenez-vous des vacances? The quand goes at the beginning. Using vous. Are you taking the train to go to Paris? When to stands for in order to, you say pour in French. Vous prenez le train pour aller à Paris? Using vous again. Are you taking the plane to go to Spain in order to? Vous prenez l'avion pour aller en Espagne? So when you're saying to, at, or in, for places, you use à if it's a town or a city, à Paris. If it's a country ending with the letter E, pretty much all countries end in the letter E in French and they're regarded as feminine. You use en, en Espagne, en France, en Angleterre, en Écosse. If your country doesn't end in a letter E, and there aren't many of them, you use au, au, au Portugal, au Brésil. If it's a plural country, you use au with the accent. Aux États-Unis, to the United States, in the United States. Aux Pays-Bas, the Low Country, the Netherlands. So, the they conjugation, which is always a bit of a nightmare, they take, are taking, or do take, ils, elles prennent. Nice clear N at the end. Ils, elles prennent, with a double N. They're taking their time. Ils ou elles prennent leur temps. Temps. So belonging to them is leur. L-E-U-R. If the next word had been plural, it would be L-E-U-R-S. But they sound the same. Leur, belonging to them. When are they taking a holiday? 3 ways. First way spoken, second way est-ce que, third way inversion. Ils ou elles prennent des vacances quand? So statement with the quand at the end, raised eyebrows, questioning voice. Quand est-ce qu'ils ou elles prennent des vacances? The inversion. Quand prennent-ils, quand prennent-elles des vacances? Are they taking the car to go to London? In order to go to London. Ils ou elles prennent la voiture pour aller à Londres? Are they taking the bus to go to town? Okay, in town is en ville. Ils ou elles prennent le bus pour aller en ville? To take someone somewhere. Blush alert! You cannot use prendre because it has sexual connotations in French. To give a lift. If you're giving a lift in a car, you can use conduire, to drive. J'ai conduit Julia à la gare. You can also use déposer, to drop off, to deposit. Nous les avons déposés chez leur grand-mère. We dropped them off at their grandmother's. If you're going to walk someone, you can use accompagner, very common. Accompagner, to go with, to accompany. Il a accompagné Monique à l'école. Okay, he walked her to school. To take someone, you can also either use amener with a big A or emmener with an EM at the beginning. D'accord? This applies to anything animate, a person or an animal. Weirdly, this applies to vehicles as well. Don't ask me why. Just because they're big, I think. Other objects, something, to bring or take something, you can use apporter with a big A or emporter with an EM at the beginning. So let's look at the difference. Mener means to lead. It comes from the French for hand, main, la main. Think of leading someone by the hand. The clue to help us remember it's about people is that mener starts with the word men, M-E-N. Okay, people, animate, mener. There's an expression, mener quelqu'un par le bout du nez, literally to lead someone by the end of the nose. It's the equivalent of to have someone wrapped around your little finger. Okay, mener, mener. Amener with a big A is to take or to bring someone and drop them off. Okay, to give them a lift. So think of the A prefix as dropping them off. So you could use for a lift or to drop off, amener, conduire or déposer. Ils ont amené Julien à l'école. Put the big A on the car, on the cab. Emmener with the EM prefix is to take or to bring someone. And the key word here is with. You keep them in your back pocket with you. So imagine your jeans back pocket with the EM written on the back. You're going to keep M or Emma in your back pocket to keep with. That's what the M means. Il emmène son chien partout. He takes his dog everywhere with him. You don't need to add avec lui in French because the EM means with. You can if you want, but you don't need to because it already means that when you put the EM in front of mener. To take someone, amener, emmener. You've got the word men. Okay. To take something, apporter, emporter, for things, objects. Inanimate. Porter the verb. Porter means to carry or to wear. Think of a porter carrying your cases. Le porteur is the carrier. You use porter for things you can carry in your basket. We've got a door in there because the French for door is porte. Une porte, porter. Apporter with a big A is to take or to bring something with you and drop them off. Remember, A is for dropping off. So, j'ai apporté une bouteille de vin rouge à la soirée. I took a bottle of red wine to the evening do. And hopefully you left it there. You didn't bring back the dregs. D'accord? You're dropping it off. You're bringing it and you're leaving it. Emporter, back pocket with the EM, M on the back because you're going to keep it with you. Emporter is to take or bring something with. With. You don't need the word with because EM means the with. D'accord? You're going to keep them in your back pocket. J'ai emporté les restes. Les restes are leftovers. Okay? I took the leftovers with me. So a takeaway coffee or a coffee to go is un café à emporter. Takeaway pizza, une pizza à emporter. Takeaway dish, un plat à emporter or a meal, un repas à emporter. You'll see it outside sort of fast food places, snack places. So summary, if you are taking things, you're taking stuff, you use porter because a porter carries stuff in the basket. Porter. So which verb do we use if we are dropping off things or bringing things and leaving them behind? If we're dropping things off, it's got the A prefix. Apporter. Nous avons apporté une bouteille de vin rouge. Okay. If you're keeping it with you, you have the M prefix. The verb will be emporter. Tu as emporté ta brosse à dents? Did you bring your toothbrush with you? Okay, we're talking about animate things, people, animals, vehicles. I don't know why vehicles are there, but who are we to question? Mener, mener. The E is at the end of the syllable there. It's pronounced mener. We're dropping off people. What's the verb? We've got to have the A for dropping off. Amener. Vous les avez amenés à l'école? If we keep the people with us, we use the EM. We're going to keep Emma in our back pocket. Emmener. Tu as emmené ton chien en vacances? Did you take your dog with you on holiday? What happens if we do it again, or we take something back or someone back? Whenever we do something again in French or have the word back in English, we use the prefix re or just r in French, like we do in English when we say to redo. Okay, so for stuff, if you use apporter, emporter, rapporter is to take something back. Okay, Il a rapporté le livre à la bibliothèque. He took it back to where it belonged, where it should be. He took the book back to the library. Back. Ra. To take something back home. Also to win. When you bring back the cup, bring back a victory. Remporter. Ils ont remporté le championnat. Okay, they brought home the championship. If you're talking about people with amener and emmener. Ramener, to take someone back home, to accompany them back home. Elle m'a ramené. Okay, she took me back. You can add on chez moi or à la maison, but ramener implies it anyway, because you're going back to where you belong. And ramener, to take someone back with and stay with them, keep them with you. Elle m'a ramené au lit. She took me back to bed. D'accord, back to prendre, to take. Let's conjugate it in the present tense. So I take, I'm taking, do take. Je prends. Using tu, you take, you are taking, you do take. Tu prends. So we've got 3 present tenses in the English, just 1 in French. We go straight into the verb. There's no aming or ising or doing. He, she, one takes, is taking, does take. Il, elle, on prend. They all sound the same. We take, are taking, do take, using nous. Nous prenons, using vous. Vous prenez, and the they take, are taking, do take. Ils, elles prennent, with a nice clear N sound at the end. To understand is comprendre. You've got the word prendre in there, which is wonderful because it means that it is conjugated exactly the same way in the present tense. Let's do it. I understand. I'm understanding. I do understand. Je comprends. You understand using tu. Tu comprends. He, she, one understands. Il, elle, on comprend. Using nous. Nous comprenons. Using vous. Vous comprenez. They understand. Ils, elles comprennent. To learn is apprendre. You've got the word prendre in there. It's conjugated the same way. I learn, I am learning, I do learn. J'apprends. You learn. Tu apprends. He, she, one learns, is learning, etc. Il, elle, on apprend. We learn using nous. Nous apprenons. You learn using vous. Vous apprenez. They learn. Ils ou elles apprennent. Okay, you can join the S to the A because it's a vowel. S between 2 vowels, Z sound. Ils apprennent. Elles apprennent. I don't understand. This is our negative sandwich. The ne pas sandwich. The verb is the filling. Je ne comprends pas. French often miss out the ne in spoken French. Je comprends pas. I don't understand anything. Je ne comprends rien. Non, rien de rien. I don't understand you, addressing tu. Je ne te comprends pas. So it's a direct object. It goes before the verb in French. That means it goes inside the negative sandwich. It's part of the filling. I don't understand you, addressing vous. Je ne vous comprends pas. Some people will start trying to conjugate the verb now with the vous, but the person who's doing the understanding is the je. It's got to agree with the subject, the person doing the verb or the thing doing the verb. I don't understand you anymore, using tu. Je ne te comprends plus. Remember, plus replaces pas. This is a big negative sandwich. I can't eat anymore. Can't eat no more. So not anymore, no more, no longer is the ne plus negative sandwich. I don't understand you anymore using vous. Je ne vous comprends plus. Plus replaces pas, as does rien. Do you understand me using tu? Tu me comprends? Tu me comprends? Tu me comprends? Do you understand me addressing vous? Vous me comprenez? Do you understand us addressing tu? Tu nous comprends? Okay, us, we, nous and vous never change. Some people, as I said before, will then start to try and conjugate the verb with nous, but nous is the direct object. You've got to conjugate the verb with the subject, which is tu. Do you understand us addressing vous? Vous nous comprenez? He understands you very well using vous. Il vous comprend très bien. Nobody understands them. Personne, and because it's a negative word, we've got the ne. When it's the subject, personne is followed by ne, often dropped in spoken French. You could say personne les comprend. The correct is personne ne les comprend, but they miss it, so can you. We understand him. Nous le comprenons. We understand her using nous. Nous la comprenons. We understand them using nous. Nous les comprenons. Do they understand you when you speak French, addressing tu? Ils te comprennent quand tu parles français? Or elles te comprennent quand tu parles français? Do they understand you when you speak French, addressing vous? Ils vous comprennent ou elles vous comprennent quand vous parlez français? With français, normally you say le français, but for some reason with parler, you don't use the word the, but only for parler. Do they understand us when we speak French? Ils ou elles nous comprennent quand nous parlons français? I'm learning French. J'apprends le français. So we're not parler, we've got back to the French. J'apprends le français. I've been learning French for 2 years. The French would say, I am learning French since 2 years. J'apprends le français depuis 2 ans. So their thinking is, if you're still learning it now, we should be using the present tense. But in English, we've used the past. I have been learning. Present tense with depuis in French. Or you can say, it makes, or that makes 2 years that I learn the French. Ça fait. The ça is this slime. It's ça is that or it when it's abstract. It makes. Ça fait 2 ans que j'apprends le français. Using tu. Are you learning French? Tu apprends le français? Yes, I have been learning it for 3 years. Yes, I am learning it since 3 years. Oui, je l'apprends depuis 3 ans. So your it now is L apostrophe because apprend starts with a vowel. As soon as you've got an apostrophe, just as in English, you make it sound like one word. It's like we say it is or it's. So you don't say le apprend, you say l'apprend, so it sounds like one word. Or you can say it makes. Oui, ça fait 3 ans que je l'apprends. So apprendre means to learn. But if you follow it by the preposition à, it means the opposite. It means to teach. So I am going to learn you something. You can say it in French. So enseigner is another word for to teach in a kind of educational, institutional sense. Apprendre à is used to teach any skill from how to dance, danser, to tie in your shoelaces. Faire les lacets. J'apprends à mon fils à faire ses lacets. Okay. J'apprends l'anglais à Julien. What does it mean? I'm teaching English to Julien. How would you say he's teaching English to Monique? Il apprend l'anglais, sounds like one word, l'anglais à Monique. Language is not capitalized in French. He's teaching English to us. Okay, you may have said à nous, but instead of à nous, you can just say nous and it goes before the verb. It's not wrong, it's just more natural to say in French, il nous apprend l'anglais. Is he teaching you English, addressing tu, meaning to you? Il t'apprend l'anglais. So the you, when it's the object, is te. You know it from s'il te plaît, if it pleases you. Is he teaching you English, using vous? Il vous apprend l'anglais. He's teaching me English. Il m'apprend l'anglais. So we've got the sentence. Monique teaches English to Julien. Let's do a little bit of grammaire. So Monique is the subject. She's doing the action. She's doing the teaching. The direct object is English because it's English that is being taught. It's having the verb done to it. Julien now becomes the indirect object. So he's still being affected by the verb, but indirectly, because first of all, it's English being taught to Julien. Whenever you get the word to or it's implied, you're talking indirect. We've got this indirect line. The French equivalent, Monique apprend l'anglais à Julien, Monique subject, direct object anglais, and Julien à Julien, indirect object. Monique teaches English to him, or you could say teaches him English, meaning to him. Monique subject, English direct object, to him, indirect object. Now it's the pronoun because him replaces the word Julien, let's say. To him is lui. One word in French, lui. Think of Louis XIV. To Louis XIV. Lui means to him. And just as sometimes we say teaches him and it's one word, it's always just one word in French. You could say à lui, but it sounds a bit clunky. The French tend to use lui. Monique lui apprend l'anglais. It goes before the verb. So subject is Monique, direct object is anglais, which now is coming at the end in French, and lui is the indirect object pronoun. Moves, it moves. So Monique is teaching him French, meaning to him. Monique lui apprend le français. So using nous, we are teaching him French. Nous lui apprenons le français. Using to. Are you teaching him to tie his shoelaces? Tu lui apprends à faire ses lacets? Using vous. Are you teaching him to tie his shoelaces? Vous lui apprenez à faire ses lacets? Are they teaching him to tie his shoelaces? Il ou elle lui apprennent à faire ses lacets. Bonus time! Because to her is also lui. So it's only when it means to her. Only when to her is an indirect object pronoun. So to him and to her are lui. One word in French. Monique is teaching her French. It's implying to her, we have to use lui in French. Monique lui apprend le français. We are teaching her French. Nous lui apprenons le français. Using to. Are you teaching her to tie her shoelaces? Tu lui apprends à faire ses lacets? Same again, but with vous. Are you teaching her to tie her shoelaces? Vous lui apprenez à faire ses lacets? Are they teaching her to tie her shoelaces? Ils ou elles lui apprennent à faire ses lacets? Okay, so to them is leur, which has nothing to do with the leur that is the belonging to leur. Their shoe, leurs chaussures. Their shoes would be leur with the S on. Leurs chaussures, the plural. But this leur never has an S on it. To them is leur. To him is lui. To her is lui. To them is leur. Monique is teaching them to them French. One word in French. Monique leur apprend le français. Using nous. We are teaching them French. Nous leur apprenons le français. Using to. Are you teaching them to tie their shoelaces? Tu leur apprends à faire leurs lacets? Aha! Now you see the other leur. The belonging to leur. The fancy name in the grammar books is possessive adjective. Leurs lacets. Has an S on because lacet is plural. But the other leur means to them. Nothing to do with the other leur. Using vous. Are you teaching them to tie their shoelaces? Vous leur apprenez à faire leurs lacets? Are they teaching them to tie their shoelaces? Ils ou elles leur apprennent à faire leurs lacets? Okay, to them is leur. Monique is not teaching them French. Pronouns go in the sandwich, the negative sandwich, before the verb. Monique ne leur apprend pas le français. We are not teaching them French using nous. Nous ne leur apprenons pas le français. Using to. Aren't you teaching them French anymore? We've got the big no more, no longer, anymore. Huge sandwich. I can't eat anymore. Tu ne leur apprends plus le français? Plus replaces pas. Using vous. Aren't you teaching them French anymore? Vous ne leur apprenez plus le français? Aren't they teaching them French any longer? So any longer, not anymore, no more is all the ne plus negative sandwich. Ils ou elles ne leur apprennent plus le français? D'accord, coucou time. So the direct object pronouns, we've got the direct arrow. Me, te, Le, la, nous, vous, les. They are directly affected by the verb. Okay? The indirect ones with the squiggly line next to the cuckoo are what I call the Chuckle Brother pronouns. To me, to you, to me, to you. If you don't remember the Chuckle Brothers, they were around a lot in the 80s, the 90s, even in the 2000s, and their punchline was to me, to you, as they were moving furniture. So the Chuckle Brothers, the to me, to you, one word in French. The list is the same as the direct object pronouns, except when it comes to him, which is lui, to her, which is also lui, and down at the bottom, leur. Otherwise, they're the same. To me is me, to you is te. S'il te plaît, if it is pleasing to you. Lui, nous, vous, leur. Beautiful pronoun lists. Chuckle Brothers. D'accord. Tell me what they are, the Chuckle Brothers' indirect object pronouns. To me and also for me. Pour moi can replace pour moi, often does. Me. To or for you, informal. Te rhymes, me, te. To or for him. Lui, Louis XIV. To or for her. It's the same. Lui, if you're not sure, with it means to him or to her, you should be, because you should have been talking about it before. But if you butt into the conversation, you might add on à elle at the end. Okay, or à lui, or the person's name, à Monique. To or for us. No, never changes. To or for you, the formal or the plural you. Vous, nous and vous don't change. And the to or for them, the other funny, quirky one. Leur. These indirect object pronouns pretty much always refer to people. The direct object pronouns can refer to people or things. So here they are used instead of à plus the person or pour plus the person. So your verb, you use these with verbs that are followed by à or pour. For example, apprendre quelque chose à quelqu'un. To teach something, direct object, à quelqu'un, indirect object. To give something to someone. Donner quelque chose à quelqu'un. To buy something to or for someone, acheter quelque chose à quelqu'un, which often means to buy from, actually. If you want to say for someone, you probably say pour. Borrow something from someone, emprunter quelque chose à quelqu'un. You'd think it'd be de, but it's not, it's à. Often, these verbs that are followed by à, they're often, not always, verbs of communication. Dire à. Demander à, to ask. Envoyer à, to send something to someone. Parler à quelqu'un, to speak to someone. Téléphoner à quelqu'un. We don't use telephone to someone, but the French do. Téléphoner à quelqu'un. Expliquer à quelqu'un. These as are going to bring up these indirect object pronouns. Lui, leur. Okay, so our list now looks like subject pronouns, the doers of the action. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. These are sometimes called personal pronouns in the grammar books, but I like to use the word subject because il and elle could be an object. Okay, direct object pronouns. Objects are directly affected by the verb. Me, te, le. They rhyme, don't they? Me, te, le. La, nous, vous, les. Direct, we've got direct arrow. Indirect object pronouns, we've got the squiggle now, and we've also got the Chuckle Brothers. To me, to you, for me, for you. They're the same as the direct object pronouns, except for to him and to her, or for him, for her, lui. And the last one, to or for them, is leur. Me, te, lui, lui, nous, vous, leur. I've got rid of the reflexive ones. We're not doing that today, but of course there is that list, myself, yourself. Me, te, ce, nous, vous, ce. Object of a preposition pronouns come after prepositions that show relationship between two nouns. Moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, eux, and elle. Like à côté de lui, shows you the position, preposition, à côté de lui, devant elle, entre nous, derrière vous, avec eux, À elle, they're also used after the words it is or it's, c'est moi, and the word and, et toi. For more emphasis, moi je, or tu aimes les moules frites, toi? And with aussi, moi aussi, toi aussi, elle aussi, lui aussi. If I haven't blown your mind too much with all that information, I hope you watched it in chunks. If you didn't get the chance, just maybe watch it another day. There's a beautiful song by Charles Aznavour called Emmenez-moi, Take Me With You, Keep Me in Your Pocket. It's a very nice song. You'll get the lyrics translated into English and the link to YouTube so you can listen to it. Merci beaucoup. À la prochaine fois.